Welcome to our deep dive. Today, we're tackling, probably the biggest tech topic right now. Artificial intelligence. You've likely heard that phrase, haven't you?
Yeah.
That AI is something like 90% hype and 10% reality. So we're going to try and dissect that today.
Exactly. Our aim is really to, cut through some of the noise, look at the sensational claims versus what's actually happening, the tangible impacts, and hopefully give you a clearer, more informed view on what AI truly is, and maybe just as important, what it isn't.
Okay, so let's start with that hype element, especially in the market. I mean, we saw those S&P 500 estimates. Potentially wildly overvalued, maybe 98% to 164% as of May.
Yeah, huge numbers. It really creates this environment that's just ripe for speculation.
Particularly in buzzy areas like AI.
For sure. And what's really fascinating is just how quickly that investor feeling can shift. You look at AI-linked stocks, their premium just dropped sharply, from 24% down to only 3%.
Wow, a rapid reevaluation then.
Very rapid. And the comparison to the dot-com bubble, it feels quite stark.
Today's Magnificent Seven, echoing the Four Horsemen.
Precisely. And there's this concerning trend valuing companies by these novel tech metrics like model parameters.
So valuing them by how big or complex their AI is.
Yeah, rather than, proven revenue or profit. The fundamentals.
Sounds like a classic sign of speculative investing.
It really does.
And that sort of leads us to the next point, doesn't it? Over-promising and then underperforming. There was that Rand research showing over 80% of AI projects actually fail.
Yeah, it's a staggering figure.
And Goldman Sachs is even questioning if that, estimated $1 trillion in AI capital spending will actually deliver a meaningful return.
Right. So what's going wrong here? So much money pouring in.
So the results aren't always there.
It really shows AI isn't some kind of magic bullet. The failure rate for AI startups is also around 80%. Many are described as practically useless, just shovelware.
Shovelware.
Yeah, like software pushed out quickly without real value. Think about all of AI.
Oh, right. They raised $900 million.
And ended up with no usable product, failed completely, or the humane AI pin.
That was another one. $240 million, and widely called a total flop.
Exactly. And it's not just startups. Even big names struggle. IBM Watson for oncology.
Didn't that give unsafe recommendations?
Unsafe and inappropriate, yes. And look at the LAUSD's AI chatbot, $6 million spent.
And it failed to plummet. Issues with the privacy and tech glitches.
Yeah. It often comes down to, maybe unrealistic expectations or the problem wasn't defined clearly enough.
Yet despite these very public failures, the media buzz just keeps going. It's deafening sometimes. Google searches for AI are up, tenfold in 5 years? Especially after ChatGPT hit the scene.
Well, yeah, because AI can now generate creative content that looks, real. Indistinguishable sometimes. It creates this illusion of thinking, and it taps into our gullibility gap. But human tendency, to see intelligence, even in things that aren't intelligent. An Ipsos survey just this year found 66% of people expect AI to dramatically change their lives.
So the perception is huge.
It is, and it's why sometimes you see editors, for instance, trusting AI articles may be a bit too much, leading to some pretty basic errors.
Okay, so we've seen the hype, the failures. It's easy to get a bit cynical.
Sure.
But let's flip to the other side now. The tangible progress. The reality.
Yeah.
Because things are happening. U.S. private investment in AI surged, right? $109 billion in 2024.
Absolutely. And adoption is climbing. 78% of organizations say they use AI now. That's up from 55% just last year.
That's a big jump.
It is. And Deloitte found that 74% of advanced generative AI projects are meeting or even exceeding ROI expectations. About 20% are exceeding ROI by over 30%.
Okay, so some projects are delivering value.
Definitely. And beyond business ROI, think about the scientific breakthroughs. DeepMind's AlphaFold.
Revolutionizing protein folding. That was huge, even led to Nobel recognition.
Exactly. A genuine leap forward driven by AI.
And the real-world applications are becoming more common, too.
Very much so. The FDA approved 223 AI-enabled medical devices just last year. Compare that to only 6 back in 2015.
Huge difference.
Massive. And look at self-driving cars. Waymo, Baidu Apollo Go. They're providing over 150,000 autonomous rides every week.
That's not trivial.
No. And for knowledge workers, AI is boosting productivity. Studies show around 25% faster work, 40% better quality on some tasks.
So it's augmenting people's abilities.
That's the key word many leaders are using, augmenting. Sundar Pichai, Jeannie Rometty. They stress AI helping humans, not replacing them. Andrew Ng famously called AI the new electricity. It's about transformation, collaboration.
Right. So bringing this all together, where do the hype and reality really meet? What are the nuances? We know AI is only as good as its data. And you mentioned failures. 85% of projects failing just due to poor data quality.
That's a massive critical limitation. And beyond data, AI fundamentally lacks common sense, contextual understanding. It can suffer a complete accuracy collapse when faced with complex puzzles that require real reasoning.
Bias is a huge issue, too.
A huge issue. It inherits our biases. We saw that with the UK passport photo checker rejecting dark-skinned faces, or Amazon's hiring algorithm discriminating against women.
Because the data it learned from was biased.
Exactly. Plus, many models are black boxes. We don't really know how they reach a decision.
Which reduces trust, right?
Understandably. It can even increase error rates significantly. And we haven't even talked about hallucinations.
AI just making things up.
Yeah. Fabricating facts. ChatGPT inventing court cases is a famous example. The rate can be anywhere from 3% to maybe 27%, depending on the model and task. It doesn't have genuine creativity or empathy, and it's vulnerable to attacks designed to fool it.
So, inherent limitations. But there are also practical challenges for businesses trying to use it.
Definitely. Cost is a big one. Finding the right talent, just the time it takes to implement properly.
And regulation.
Risk. Those are now the top barriers people cite for deploying generative AI. They increased by 10 percentage points just this year. Most organizations admit it'll take at least another year to really scale AI and sort out the kinks.
Yet the field keeps moving. It's not standing still.
No, it's evolving. We're kind of moving from maybe that peak hype towards what some call positive pragmatism. And new waves are already appearing, things like agentic AI.
Systems that can act autonomously.
Towards a goal, yeah. Predictions are we'll see widespread use starting maybe next year, 2025.
So pulling it all back, what's the main takeaway for someone trying to navigate this, that 90% hype, 10% reality line?
Yeah.
It feels too simple, doesn't it?
It absolutely oversimplifies things. AI is transformative, hugely powerful in specific areas, but it's also profoundly limited in others, and it's genuinely challenging to implement well. The future really needs smart investment, yes, but also constant human oversight and strong ethical rules. Governance.
So as you encounter AI in your world, maybe the question is, what stands out to you? How will you tell the difference between the real breakthroughs and, well, just the bluster? Something to think about.